can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. I'm fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Yeah.
He's a racist, he's a sexist, he's in love with Donald Trump.
Y'all can't cancel me, my life is scandal free. There ain't no sponsors taking losses cause the brand is me. My hands are clean, my family and my fans agree. Y'all can't cancel me for facts because you're mad and weak. Go ahead and tell the world I'm ugly and racist. I braid my hair and I don't care about cultural appropriation. I moved to the ghetto, lived in the ghetto, there's no Caucasians. And still I loved every single one of my neighbors. How's a man say I'm clickbait if he gonna use this face to get clicks on his page? Y'all hypocrites are made. But I ain't tripping about these bullies, it ain't 6th grade. Go ahead and diss me trying to sell a couple mixtapes. I'm not afraid, take my face and my name, paste it on the front page. I'm already famous and you'll never change it by hating or claiming you'll take it away. My grind, wicked, write my rhymes different. You can try to quantify defying limits. There's a dying gimmick and denying winning. This is pure fire, this ain't white privilege. I do what I want, get all the Gucci and Louis Vuitton out of my closet, out of my crib. I do not want it, that is for kids. That is for rappers who ask you to produce their beats for free, pretending online like they rich. I am not playing it safe, I said what I said, it is what it is. I don't care if you mad at me, okay? Go ahead and change the channel. Don't waste your time trying to cancel me, okay? They love me cause they know that I'm it. Say what you want, I guess it is what it is. Haters can talk, but they can't cancel the kid. Go ahead and go off, try and say this is it. But I swear to God, you can't cancel the kid. Everybody knows my name, from local folks to global fame. I'm vocal about the social.
Today is the day, peeps. Today is the day we've been waiting for so long. We thought we were going to get it in May. It's finally come. June 9th is the day we're going to find out what Battlefield 6, Battlefield 22, what it's all about. So we're on Tom Henderson's Discord just looking around at some stuff. Wow, this is it has degraded as time has gone by, to say the least. But Battlefield hype, general media. There have been a couple screenshots that have leaked this morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Simon Phoenix, sorry about that. I just turned Nightbot off because he's being a Nazi. He doesn't like anybody expressing free speech on this channel, which is very disappointing. But anyways, let's go ahead and pull up Tom's Twitter account here. We have got some new screenshots that have leaked this morning. We have the actual countdown starting in about 7 minutes. So I'm glad for everyone being here and checking out the channel. Maybe for the first time, if you're returning, I definitely appreciate you. Let's hear what we got going on. I'm gonna go ahead and skip all this and we'll get back to it. But these are the screenshots that have leaked this morning, which is pretty cool. Turn some music on the background. Turn it down just a little bit. Tell me if that's too high. That is Tom McDonald in the background, by the way. He is a conservative rapper and he's freaking awesome. If you're ever interested in him, look him up. Tom McDonald. Fantastic. The last video he put out got 4 million views in 4 days. He's #1 of the charts, like taking out all of these top, leftist, secular rappers and pop stars and everything. It does a heart good to see that. But anyways, let's get back to Battlefield. Going like this. I think this is a special ability with the Recon class that you do have a wingsuit. Some people say, oh, it looks like Fortnite. It's a little bit darker than Fortnite. I'm gonna not pass judgment so far on that. But thank you for Muhammad for coming in. I appreciate it, man. I'm hyped too. I'm not sure exactly where. I heard these came from Origin this morning. Like I said, I just kind of woke up and let Tom's live event play in my ear. But this looks like the sequel for Battlefield 4, and I am hyped about it. I think they are confirming Battlefield 2042 this morning. That's what Tom's saying. Tom's been right about a lot of stuff. So this looks fantastic. Exactly what we're wanting out of Battlefield. Hopefully it doesn't get taken over by a bunch of woke crap. But this right here, this looked Now from the other screenshot, normally I would say this is a Leopard tank, because of how, you know, slim down this turret is, but it is very similar to the M1A5 tank that we saw in the most recent screenshots. You can see right here on the back a little bit, those little fins, and this is obviously it looks like a turbine powered engine, which the M1A2 Abrams United States military is currently using with this exhaust. Normally, if it's diesel or something like that, or if it's just regular gas, you'll see pipes coming out. This is the exhaust for an actual turbine engine, which is pretty cool. Go back through these just in case you missed them. Recon class especially. I've heard that you can go faster in the wingsuit if you're around tornadoes. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. But we've got some new screenshots. He posted that one again. There's another one that he accidentally posted twice. And this, if you saw my recent video about the screenshots that leaked about a week ago, did pretty good on that video, and I appreciate the support on that. I believe I was right in guessing that this was Qatar. There is a stadium out there. It's the Education something stadium. It is. Let's bring this a little closer so you guys can hear me. Yes. Here we go. All right, just want to make sure it's working. But yeah, this should be Qatar. In that original screenshot that we saw, it was a kind of a traditional looking stadium, kind of like what you saw in Warzone. But I kind of just looked at the surrounding buildings, the surrounding landscape, and sure enough, it literally looked like Qatar, except for that. Now that right there looks more like the actual building, though. So there is. See if we can. Let me see. Instead of me digging them back up, let me see if Tom has them on his Twitter. There's been so much coming out the last couple days that we got to go back so far. Oh. I may have to go back on mine. Look. Yeah. By the way, let's look in. I did start a quick. It's probably a little too late to start this vote. Let's see. Will the new Battlefield be called? Battlefield 2042, 77.8%. That's what people are thinking. So, then the more I say Battlefield 2042, the better it sounds. You know, at first it's a little odd, but it sounds pretty good. Best Battlefield game of all time. Battlefield 3 is winning. Of course, it's only got 9 votes. If you want to go to my Twitter account and follow me there at Hitchy Good Gaming and vote, I've always thought Battlefield 4 was the best, with Battlefield 1 very close behind. So, let's see. Let's look at. Let's see. We've got. Goodness gracious. Hype is real, y'all. 252,000. And it just turned over to the live stream. I don't know if this is going to be anything at all. This could just be a countdown for the next hour. If it is a countdown for the next hour, we're just kind of, you know, relax a little bit. I'm trying to squeeze in as much content as I can right here. But if it is just a countdown and nothing else, I do have some pre-recorded content for you for a little bit later. But there's a lot to go over. And in between that, you know, as Tom comes out with those, like, hey, Clay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by, brother. So as I was explaining to everybody, I don't know if you just hopped in, but they've got this live stream. They've got one scheduled for 10 a.m. and one scheduled for 11 a.m. I don't know if they're going to be putting anything out now. Oh, crap. Here we go. Here we go. Turn up. Oh. Weird sounding. Thank you guys for being here. Tell me hey in the chat. Let me know you're here. Let me know who's here. Diagnostics. Trying to see if anything I can pick up here. Intruder, topaz. Looks like things are just trying to like reboot from a massive catastrophe, maybe. Player, you hyped about BF6? You gonna get it? Crap, people screaming and crap. Gosh. It better not do this for the whole like hour. I'm just gonna be sitting here watching. We'll let this play for like 5 minutes if it keeps doing this. Hey, Cowboy, what's up, man? All right, so far it's just like played through a bunch of glitches and stuff. Okay, connected. Maybe it's doing something. Initiating countdown. Okay. Alright. Hype is real. Alright, so it appears that's all it's going to be here for the next hour. Maybe. Keep your phones out. Keep your screens on. I know a lot of people are watching from work. So just take a quick bathroom break. Give that a like. There are 343,000 people watching right now. That's not counting the 14 viewers. Holy crap. Thank you guys for coming on. That's great. That's the highest I've had so far. Let's see. For those of you guys who just hopped on, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but we have a lot of tweets from Tom Henderson. I've been keeping up with this stuff all morning. We have some, and let's see, I'm going to put this over to the side for right now, just so if anything happens, I will be first on it. I think Tom's watching it right now. He's like, if it's going to do this for an hour, we're not watching it. What happened? It's just a regular countdown for right now. It's going to be another hour before things get started, I think. Of course, I'm going to keep this over to the side, so if anything happens, I'll let you guys know ASAP. 297,000 people watching. There's a couple people hopped off. There's probably a lot of people, you know, watching. But anyways, we have some more. I'm going to go ahead and show these again because we just had a lot of people hop in chat. I want to show these off. Before, last time I showed these had like 4 people in. Now we got 16. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for hopping on and hanging out with me. This is Recon class. This is a special ability. Some people said it looked like Fortnite, but I don't think so. I've got Tom Henderson's stream playing right now, and he is flipping out because it's another hour. I kind of figured this would be the case, though. I really did. I really figured this would be the case. Love your content, Zeus. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. I really do. I put in a lot of work on some of this stuff, just trying to make it as good as possible. We're gonna have a lot of Battlefield 4 videos in between now and the open beta. I've got a bunch of stuff ready to come out. We may be launching a new series called Battle Buddies, and it's my buddy who's currently in the military. And we've been high school friends forever. Andrew, sure. Hi, how you doing, buddy? We've got a new subscriber who just subscribed. I love that notification. Zeus, what's going on, man? Not only do I love the national anthem, but I love getting subscribers too. But it's the sound of freedom. But yeah, me and my buddy Cowboy, who I've known since high school, we just hop on. Now we're gonna do a series called Battle Buddies. He deploys soon, so we got to get as much playtime in as we can. and I'm hoping the open beta starts off before the end of the month, and we can get some good play time in right there. This right here, I was telling people before, last time I went through these, so if you heard it, I'm sorry, but we do have a lot of new viewers in. I would definitely want to make sure that you get to see this. Just screams kind of Battlefield 4 vibes. I love it. I've been playing the crap out of Battlefield 4 for the last couple weeks, and I've got so much content getting ready to go out. This right here, I would say that this is a Leopard tank, but from Leopard 2 because of the slimmed down turret. But if you looked in the previous screenshots from before, that have leaked from the pre-alpha gameplay, this much more resembles the M1A5. Has it been revealed? Panagiotis? I'll call you 1357. It hasn't been revealed just yet. I'll show you the countdown right here. Right now, it's just kind of going through a glitchy countdown for another 55 minutes. Once everything kind of calms down, I will put on some different content about what we expect out of Battlefield. But we got another hour, bro. It's rough. It's rough. But this is an M1A5 Abrams tank. We see a couple more in the background. Part of what tips me off to that, the turret looks much different than an M1A2, which is currently the main battle tank of the American Army. And this right here, if you look at the exhaust, this is the same exhaust as M1A2. It has a turbine engine. It doesn't have a diesel or a gas-powered conventional. It's crazy, this thing making all kind of noise. But it doesn't have a conventional, internal combustion engine. It has a turbine engine, and this is the exhaust for a turbine engine on the back. I don't believe there's a lot of tanks out there that have this now. Most of them are like diesel or just regular internal combustion. So, and plus, just the back of these is a little bit more reminiscent of an M1A2. That is an American tank. I looked at this before. This is in Qatar on the pre-alpha gameplay that we had showcased before. Let me pull up that video that I had before, and you got, well, I can probably just look in my files and find it. Let me pull up these other screenshots. Here we go. All right, so this right here is what leaked about a week and a half ago, and we put out a video about it. You got an Apache flying in the air. This is all pre-alpha stuff, so it's not going to look good. It's just not going to. But you'll notice these things right here are marked out. A lot of times in these videos that the developers put out, they will flash the name of the developer that they give it to on screen, so if it ever leaks, they'll know who did it. But there's a very easy workaround for that, and they just block this out. This looks like Dawnbreaker, so I mean we are gonna. Now I'm pretty sure this is the Qatar map though. It's not like actually Dawnbreaker, but it looks like it, and it could have been Dawnbreaker back when they did this, because pre-alpha stuff, sometimes they'll load the new assets into old maps that most closely resemble what they're wanting to go for, and Battlefield 4 is run on the Frostbite engine, so there's no reason to think this couldn't actually be that. This is what they call the Diamond in the Desert. Now, this is the stadium that kind of looks more like Warzone. The actual stadium doesn't look like this, but if we go back and look at that, you'll notice it does look different. And I kind of figured that would be the case, but I am so hyped about a modern day Battlefield. After Battlefield 5, I was extremely disappointed, and for like a year didn't even play video games, guys. I just didn't find anything that I really liked. COD was in the trash. They come out with that World War II game that was just awful, and Team Intersea. Anyone else is losing their minds? Yeah. if you're listening to Tom's Discord, you can go and he's going in and out of the voice chat, and it's like TeamSpeak from 2001. It's rough. I kind of figured this would be the case, though. It was a countdown. I was hoping maybe we would see some kind of introduction stuff, maybe some people coming out on stage to talk about it, and maybe they talk about it for like an hour. Hopefully not Trevor Noah this time, because that really sucked. About as unfunny of a guy that you can find to do your game. Anyways, we got the early Osprey right here. This right here, now I heard some. Now when I looked at this, I didn't know what in the world this could be. It does not look like a legitimate UI for a finished game at all. And of course, this is pre-alpha, but someone actually mentioned that these could be screenshots from the mobile version, and that would look like a button that you would tap, you know, on a mobile version. Will Fight, you're in here. Leave a comment for me. Let me know you're here, bro. This is the original one that I was talking about. This is the M1A5 Abrams. And I totally overlooked this in my video. I was like, I don't know what kind of tank this is. It says right here, M1A5. So, I could not find this arch, but this is in Qatar. And it is very reminiscent of how it actually looks. Tom Henderson pulled it up on Google Maps and found this. This is very close to how it actually looks, except in real life, the city is a little bit further off in the distance, you know. Yeah, we had looks like a flare for your counter. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It looks kind of, I don't know. That looks maybe like a flare, like some rocket pods or something. I'm not sure. But this is the actual stadium in Qatar right here. Diamond in the desert. Education something. But here's another look of it. This is the one that I really figured is, you know, what it is. Let me go back to that screenshot. Yeah, right there. You can look at some of the edges and angles here in the grass. You can look at the city in the distance. Now you tell me. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, Education City. So, but yeah, cool stuff. Very glad to see some of this. Let's take a look at Tom Henderson's. So good. Battlefield 2042. I don't know if this is official. Usually, if Tom posts it, it's gonna be decently vetted. Nothing like Mountain Dew at 10 o'clock in the morning. Down to 48 minutes. Thank y'all for stopping in. I definitely appreciate it. I know some people are watching from work. So you have to pop in and out. I totally understand. Battlefield 2042 will launch October 15th, 2021. That's what I heard earlier too. That's a month earlier than what we thought it would be. Which would be fantastic. I would love that. Tom got a birthday cake. I thought that was pretty cool. Go back and see his recent things here. Use your role on the battlefield and form hand-tailored squads through the new specialist system. Based on Battlefield's 4 classes, specialists have one unique specialty and trait, but the rest of the loadout is fully customizable. I don't know if this is true, but you got to keep the classes. You got to keep the 4 classes. I mean, that's a staple in Battlefield. I don't know why you would ever want to get rid of that. 47 minutes, 20 seconds, and we have 200,000 people watching. Amazing. And that's not on top of like who all's watching. Tom's stream, One Up Ninja, Lossy, Bowlful Central, Bowlful. I bet he is losing his mind today. Oh my gosh. Anybody could post a pixel from a screenshot from pre-alpha stuff, and he would be just losing his mind over it. I'm not exactly that way. USA Specialist has got some pretty good content. His was very, very metered. Like, hype's back on the menu, boys. Battlefield 2042 will have 7 maps on launch. A little disappointed with that. I'd like to see like 10. But considering how large they are, maybe it won't matter so much. Right. That out there. But yeah, let me know in chat, like, what are you most excited about? Me, I'm excited about, of course, the modern setting. Like Battlefield 1 was fantastic and totally immersive, but I'm ready to go back to a modern day setting. I'm really hyped about probably, of course, tank gameplay, because that's what I like to do. Hopefully it won't take a rocket scientist to be able to fly some of the helicopters. I know I might get some hate on that, but I was never good at flying helicopters in Battlefield 4 at all. I was lucky to keep that thing off the ground. There's the screenshots I was looking for, of course. Yo, bruh, what's going on? Battlefield 2042 will effing dominate. Save this tweet and come back in 12 months. Here. Let's see if they have posted anything that's worth looking at in Battlefield hype. Do you hear it? Alright, glitch in the countdown. Everybody's so upset about it. I mean, yeah, I kind of saw this coming. Do we dare enter the voice chat? Do we dare? Chat, should we do this? How are they doing live stuff? We're gonna hop in and out, and it may not be bearable.
Ever noticed Jesus? Oh.
Hey. Something's gonna happen when there's 20 minutes and 42 seconds left. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be Battlefield history.
It's gonna be a fucking fart sound.
Fucking troll face is what it's gonna be.
Battlefield, but you're actually just relaxing in Sweden.
You have the troll face in the center of the screen the entire
You
time.
think
Fucking 2 seconds.
You think DICE is here? You think one of us is from DICE? One of
Yeah,
the
it's me,
viewers?
guys. My dad works at DICE.
Fucking, if one of you are from DICE, you should have been here yesterday. We were dropping some good fucking points.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What the fuck? So, 2 people just said yeah at the same time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Someone is from DICE. Someone is from DICE.
Oh, Aries, is that you? Sheesh!
Yeah, the DICE employees changing the topic.
Exactly. Check my
Crispy, tender, chicken.
macaroni with the chicken strips.
Chicken
Oh
strips.
no. Oh no, boys.
Who the fuck is moaning?
It's heresy,
Frog,
man.
if you
It's
Frog, if
heretic.
you can hear me, play the fucking beans.
I'm gonna spam it for the Emperor. For the
Spill the
Emperor.
beans.
Beans.
Me and the boys
We got beans?
looking
Well,
for some.
Yo, she.
It's a lot more cordial than it was like 20 minutes ago. Like you hopped in and it was just nothing but TeamSpeak. All right, so we've got 42 minutes before this starts again. While we're waiting, let me see here. What we're gonna do. I'm gonna put up some content that I had. Like I said, I kind of figured this would be the case, that there would be a countdown. But we're gonna go back to 10 ways that EA can save the franchise. Y'all hang with me a little bit here. I'm gonna hang out with you guys in chat, so if you want to talk, Tango Style, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Tango, they have not unveiled it yet. We're waiting. We got 41 minutes, so we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm gonna play 10 ways that Battlefield can be saved by EA, and hopefully they don't screw it up this time. So we'll see what happens. And I will be, if anything develops while this is going on, I will be back on the horn to let y'all know. So hang out and chat for just a little bit. I'll be, if you guys I'm on lunch until 11:30. Okay. Cool. So hopefully you can just take a bathroom break whenever the actual trailer goes live. So we'll see what happens. But Tango, this is the best stream I've had. We got up like 18 viewers there for a minute, which is pretty cool. We're sitting at 10 right now. I know that's not always accurate, but very thankful for everybody who has watched my content. Maybe I've never met you before. Maybe haven't commented on anything, and that's totally cool. But for you to come in and say that you like my content is just really, really cool, because I spend quite a bit of time on this. I've had people hop in and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got like 200 subscribers or whatever. Or just right now we're sitting at 195, and we set like 150 for a long time. They're like, I thought this would be a 20,000 subscriber channel. So it's very flattering to hear that. I like the 2042 idea. Yeah. Those of you who didn't hear, whenever the countdown gets down to 2042, they just put a meme face and then pop it off and keep going. I'd love it. So, but anyways, we'll go ahead and play this for just a little bit. I'm going to turn down the stream that is going on in the background of Battlefield and let you guys see this for a little bit. If you haven't seen this, it's a pretty good video. This is what I expect from the next Battlefield. Enjoy. So right now, everyone is on the edge of their seats, hoping that Battlefield 6 doesn't turn into a huge stinking
Big pile of shit.
But fortunately, most of the devs that were working at the time of Battlefield 5 are now out the door, and Chief Executive Studios Officer EA Steve Why is it so hard to say? EA Chief Studios Officer Laura Mill described this as a love letter to our fans.
Got my pre-order ticket here waiting on the train. Oh God, are you jumping on the hype train? Yeah, I'm jumping on the hype train.
But today we're going to go over several things that we think EA DICE should and shouldn't do in order to give this game its much needed Warzone size revival in order to restore it to its former glory. So first off, EA, look at me. Get the trailer right on this. Get the trailer right. Battlefield 5 had the most tone deaf, the most random, the most unfocused trailer we've ever seen. As it stands today on YouTube, the trailer now has 359,000 likes versus 570,000 dislikes. They were trying so hard to emulate the chaos and run and gun shooting style of COD games when that's not really why we play Battlefield. DICE, if we want to play COD, we'll just play COD. And then the massive PR debacle, nightmare, disaster, whatever you want to call it, that resulted in women on the front lines donning robotic arms and an almost cartoonish series of events that just tried to fake those only in Battlefield moments that we all love from 3 and 4. The reason that we love those only in Battlefield moments is because they're not scripted, and you can't just simply reproduce them in some trailer. Make an awesome trailer that doesn't try so freaking hard. And also, don't inject social justice warrior politics in your games if you don't want the controversy that led to developers attacking their own customer base by calling them uneducated and telling them not to buy the game. We've been waiting months for a new Battlefield game, and there's a reason that 3 and 4 were so successful. Follow that formula, improve on it, and innovate, and we'll play it. And these next two I'm going to lump together because I think that they go hand in hand and they're so important, and that is an anti-cheat and no skill-based matchmaking, because let's face it, tons of us turn to Warzone as Battlefield 5 dropped the ball, and as fun as Warzone really is, DICE has a perfect opportunity to target the players of Warzone that Activision has completely ignored, that have constantly demanded an anti-cheat and a ranked game mode, or at least a server browser. If I were EA right now, I'd be gearing up every single trailer possible showcasing just how aggravating Warzone is for you to constantly be dealing with cheaters and then being punished on top of that with sweatier lobbies just for improving your skill. As a matter of fact, I made one of these right here. Check it out. Okay, we'll put it up. Put it up there in the top left for you guys. How about that?
loving skill-based matchmaking.
The number one reason I stopped playing Warzone was skill-based matchmaking. Come on, come on. You can do that. You got a GOT anti-cheat campaign. EA, I'll send you an address on where to send the check. A modern setting. Now, all indicators lean towards a modern setting right now, but I can only imagine developers sweating over all this hype as they're about to unveil Battlefield 6 American Revolution. Which, yeah, okay, I would play that. But not many would. Anyways, there's nowhere else to go now except for modern or futuristic. They've done World War II, they've done World War I, and with all the COD failures with wall running, super soldiers, and jetpacks, I just don't think I can take a futuristic game seriously anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, sure, it can be in the future without being quote-unquote futuristic. This gives the devs a little room for creativity with gadgets and guns and vehicles without going over the top and being corny. Now, they did 2142 was actually a pretty decent game. It wasn't that corny for whatever reasons compared to, you know, Call of Duty. But we did see this in Battlefield 4 too. That was a more modern setting. It released in 2013 and was set 7 years in the future for 2020. So we got to have motion detectors, target detectors on our rifles, remote control mortars, and futuristic countermeasures for tanks, so on and so forth. And it was done right. With a modern setting, you can take a few liberties here and there to innovate and even include your minority female characters for skins that absolutely nobody cares about except for you because your player base is 98% male anyways. But hey, whatever makes you feel warm and fuzzy, as long as it doesn't impact the gameplay, we're okay. Vehicle gameplay. Yeah, sure, Battlefield 1 had some really interesting takes on tank and air gameplay, but hands down, guys, Battlefield 4 was that one game that if you put in the time, there was a huge enough skill ceiling for your investment to pay you back. And fine, you know what? Maybe some freak hops into a helicopter and goes 63-2 for the entire match. But you know what? That guy earned that. And as long as there's a decent anti-cheat, I don't really care. The balance of Battlefield 4 vehicles, while not 100% perfect, as no game is, it really was the best I think we've seen in the Battlefield franchise. And it was because of that high skill ceiling. If you sucked in a tank, it really wasn't OP. If you were a god in a tank, you could be an efficient killing machine for the entire match, especially if the enemy team failed to coalesce and provide an offensive front against you. And for those that are just railing against the fact that a tank is OP, well, yeah, it's a tank. It's supposed to be OP. It's a freaking tank. So allow them to be scary on the battlefield. Allow them to instill fear in your enemy, but also allow it to be taken down if enough people coalesce and provide a good front against that tank. So EA, don't solely rely just on the mechanics though to balance out the vehicles versus infantry gameplay. That high skill ceiling that we saw in Battlefield 4 was more than enough to really naturally take care of that. And next, they need to at least try to match the atmosphere of Battlefield 1. I'm honestly not sure how they would pull this off with a modern setting, but if they could somehow look back to Battlefield 1 and replicate the feel of that game in relation to its time period, it would make Battlefield 6 truly amazing. Now, I do feel that Call of Duty 2019 Modern Warfare may have scratched the surface on this, but it is a tall order, and we are going to talk a few more things about how to make the game more immersive and have more atmosphere, but Battlefield 1 does have some pretty big shoes to fill. Next, movement. Now, if you can take Battlefield 5's movement and improve upon it, I think you're going in the right direction. If there was one thing that Battlefield 5 did to actually bring the franchise forward, it was bringing that movement into the modern era, because Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 are extremely dated when it comes to this. If you hop back into a game for Battlefield 4 or 1, it feels extremely clunky, especially if you've been playing Apex or COD or any of the modern day shooters. They are dated. But I do believe that Battlefield 5's movement can go a long way to helping out Battlefield 6. Sound design. Now, this is another place where if you want to match the atmosphere of Battlefield 1, you have got to pump your game into sound design. There was no rival in this world to putting on a set of headphones, creaking open the door of a tank, firing up that 120-year-old diesel engine, and just the sound of the treads rolling across the ground, the exhaust, the sound of the engine straining to make it up the side of a mountain, and even stuff with infantry, like fellow soldiers shouting out orders and requests in their own language, was deeply immersive, and it made you feel like you were in the battle. If there was one way to make a game immersive, it'd be bringing the sound design up to the level of Battlefield 1's.
It takes a while to unlock. You gotta use the
customization. Now, Battlefield 4 did a pretty decent job with this, especially for the time that it was introduced. And then we saw Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 kind of drop the ball on it. Now, arguably, yes, World War I and World War II guns are going to be a little bit harder to modify, as back then there weren't modifications for them. But if EA wants to improve on this, they should really take note from Infinity Ward and the gunsmith system. And now if we're hopefully moving into the modern setting, they can take advantage of this. In most Battlefield games, it kind of went like this. You know, you improve your weapon for its designed usage, and you would change weapons based on how that weapon performed. But with Modern Warfare, you could change up a majority of weapons to perform at many different ranges, for close quarters, for long range, for high damage output, but many different situations. And plus, having all of this customization quite literally adds hours upon hours of tangible gameplay, trying out different combinations, pairing different weapons together for specific loadouts. And you know, Battlefield 4 did this to an extent, but in the 8 years since then, Call of Duty has really taken the reins of customization and nearly perfected them. EA must take note of this, and they must capitalize on it. And the next one is going to be kind of controversial among Battlefield players, but if Battlefield really wants to win some fans back from Call of Duty, they're going to have to introduce a free-to-play Battle Royale. Now, personally, I'd almost rather it not be a free-to-play game because of all the hackers and the ability to set up an infinite number of accounts, but unfortunately, Activision has kind of turned that into the industry standard, at least for right now, I think. But EA is going to have to do this right. Their inventory system is going to have to mimic Warzone's. They can't have the same cumbersome, intrusive style inventory system like Firestorm introduced. Because when it comes down to it, we don't want to play an inventory management game. We want to play Battlefield. This is part of why Warzone really was that successful. But luckily, EA does have a cheat sheet from Activision they can just copy off of and hopefully even improve. Hopefully they'll also take note from the loadout system as well, and that allows skill and knowledge of the game to also factor in instead of just random loot pickups. When it comes to copying the success of your competitor, do it. But just remember, if that's all you do, you're always going to be a step behind them, and we all know the factors that made Warzone successful, and that needs to be replicated and added to. It's also obvious why Warzone is currently failing in so many aspects right now, so there's really no excuse for DICE to get this wrong this time. The path to success has been completely laid out for them. And lastly, marketing. Now, this should be a no-brainer, but since Battlefield 5 screwed up on this so freaking bad, we do need to touch on this. First off, don't tell your fan base not to buy the game. Right, Patrick?
That makes sense to me.
No, not that Patrick. This Patrick. Pretty obvious, but not so much to Mr. Soderlund, so just wanted to touch on that. Because many fans took his advice, including me. It was over a year after this nightmare PR campaign before I even bought it, and I wanted to. Also, let me tell you, it's fine to have women in your games. Literally, nobody cares. Unless it works counterintuitively to the narrative of the game, such as it did with Battlefield 5. But since we think this is going to be a modern setting, you can include them and nobody's going to care. But don't inject the campaign with Mary Sues that are simply amazing just because they're women. Now, arguably, in my opinion, I do think that Battlefield 5 actually did a decent job of this in the campaign. Not the trailer, not in the PR, not in the marketing, but in the campaign. But from the way EA handled the public relations standpoint to this, they completely shat the bed on them. They called their player base uneducated, attacked them for not being woke enough, and thank God that Soderlund is miles away from this next installment, but I still want to know if EA devs are really okay with players who don't line up with them politically. Just before I buy the game, I would like to ask that. Is that okay? Is that okay, EA, for me not to buy your game if I'm not some social justice warrior that rages over every single perceived instance of lack of diversity or transgender minority representation at every freaking opportunity? As a general rule of thumb, if you did it in Battlefield 5, don't do it here. Maybe that would be a good failsafe for you not to make a shit game again. But I am somewhat relieved to see the amount of focus being put on this new game, with multiple departments working on this, them describing this next installment as a love letter to our fans, which is exactly what this franchise is in desperate need of. Because I honestly don't think that the Battlefield franchise can take another flop without EA being forced to shelve it for another decade. This time counts, and it seems as though EA is aware of this, and I definitely hope so. I, along with thousands of other Warzone fans and former Battlefield friends, are just waiting for real solid Battlefield gameplay, a real solid Battlefield experience to contend with Activision. And hopefully with Battlefield coming back to be a contender, we'll see more competition among the AAA game developers, because if EA comes back and doesn't completely screw up, it will force Activision to listen to what their fans want instead of just releasing new broken content once a month and the next ridiculously overpowered meta weapon. Competition is a good thing, and that's what I'm looking forward to when Battlefield returns to the scene. So, ultimately, I want to know, what do you think? What does Battlefield need to capitalize on in order to compete with the other AAA titles of 2021? And which out of this list do you think is most important for Battlefield to come back hard on the scene and declare itself a real viable competitor to Activision? Anyways, guys, thank you for your time. Leave a like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to support your favorite All-American gamer. Once again, my name's HitchaGood, and tell me your thoughts on what Battlefield needs to do in order to come back to the scene in an awesome fashion. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. As you can see, we have the well, we did have it. nothing big to report just yet. I am gonna sit and wait till it says 2142. They put a troll face on there. I'll be happy. I'll be happy that they're actually having a sense of humor. Cause that's a good indication that someone is not woke if they have a sense of humor. So we got about 4 minutes until it goes down to 2142, or 2042 rather. So people in the chat saying Half-Life 3. Not gonna happen, chaps. Not gonna happen. I hate to burst your bubble, but probably not. So yeah, Sex Goblin, BF4 is sick. Hope they can mix it up, BF4 with BF1. Good sound, gameplay mixed with advanced combat and car mechanics would be perfect. Yeah, Battlefield 1, they went out on a real limb with Battlefield 1. And I was at first I was a little bit skeptical about it. I think everybody was. It was a fantastic game. The only thing was it started off really slow. Like I bought the premium pass and they didn't come out with anything for like the first 8 months. But going back to it is an extremely immersive experience. And I'm not sure how you take the immersion of Battlefield 1 and kind of mold that into a modern day setting. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it, but they captured World War I at its best. Did see a faint figure of a modern-looking soldier when it glitched. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things that I've seen out of. A lot of people are cutting out the sus. Hell, what's that game? One of the imposters. I wouldn't try to think of it. I felt ripped off buying the premium edition. Yeah. Oh man, I got like the $80 one. It's got like the metal case to it, you know, with the plastic insides. And some people, okay, the premium edition thing, it was awesome in the end. Yeah, the premium edition thing, it had the black guy with the mace in his hand. It had like a statue. It was like a foot tall. That thing was badass. That was cool. And that's when they incorporated minorities into the game and made it really freaking cool, you know? Like, I didn't know about the Harlem Hellfighter. That was teaching me history. That was teaching me something. I got in and learned about World War I. Like, on my way to work, I would be listening to, like, World War I, The Great War. It's a YouTube channel. And I would sit there and, you know, learn about World War I, of which I knew very little about. You know, I knew a lot about politics and, you know, a little bit about World War II, a lot about the Revolutionary War. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of the Revolutionary War and that Among Us. Yes, sir. Among Us. Thank you, Sex Goblin. So, but yeah, Battlefield 1 just was absolutely fantastic. They weren't woke about it. You know, I knew there was a couple people that were, you know, there's a black guy on the cover. They're going to do this. And a lot of people, you could go to that conclusion in today's time of, oh, they're going to be forcing us down our throats. But it wasn't the case. It was like once you really got into it, it's like, wow, they're really telling somebody's story here that needs to be told. Like the sacrifices of great men and what they went through. So, but Battlefield 1's immersion was fantastic. I hope they can match that immersion. when it was released for Battlefield 6 in 21 minutes. Well, the release for the trailer is in 21 minutes and 40 seconds. But the actual release is going to be October 15th, I think. That's not 100% confirmed, but let's pull this up. Tango, if you're just hopping back in, we're waiting 2042 just to see if anything happens when it gets down to that. I don't know. This is what Battlefield has turned us into. We're sitting here looking for these little tiny glitches everywhere. Anything we can get to get a little bit more information. Got about 10 seconds. Nothing. Like it was actually a black background. But thank you guys for hopping in. We have no right. Yeah, this is bad, man. This is bad. But I think because of Battlefield 1, that's why my channel actually started growing a lot more than it already was. Being at the bottom of the YouTube algorithm sucks. It hates you, you know? This is probably going to be a mix of modern and sci-fi. I can feel it. Yeah, it's going to be near future, which I like. You know, I mean, with it being near future, they've got enough leeway to be creative with stuff. You know, when they went to Battlefield 1, October 15-ish, right? When they went to Battlefield 1, they were kind of constricted. I was going to see if it did anything for 1942. But they were kind of constricted on what they could do, but they were creative enough to make it fun. Like Battlefield 1, one of the biggest things that people had against it was the lack of customization and the progression, which the progression really was bad. It was not a good progression system at all. What's up, man? Thank you, Goblin. I appreciate it very much. We are now 4 away from 200, so if you're watching and would like us help to get a little bit closer there and support your favorite all-American freedom-loving gamer, hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it, and like the stream as well. But thank y'all. I'm seeing a lot of stuff. I see 4 bars and 2 female-looking figures behind the bars. We got an analyst here. It's awesome. Probably people going through each little frame just to see. But yeah, Battlefield 1, they did very well. When Battlefield 5 came out, it was kind of the same flavor, but it did not hit the tones of World War II at all. Like, they were so focused on, oh, we've got women in our games, and the whole reason that Battlefield, I'll tell you the reason. I'm gonna tell you this right now, and people can get offended, people can get triggered. The reason Battlefield 5 sucked, the reason it was bad, is because the developers, like Patrick Soderlund, didn't have the balls to tell his daughter that Omaha Beach was not assaulted by a bunch of blue-haired feminists. That's why it sucked. Because, oh, well, I have to look at my daughter in the eyes and tell them why they can't play as a woman in the game. Your daughter was probably not playing it anyways. If she was, she didn't know. She didn't care. Just no jump packs or jet packs. Yes. Hell yes, Tango. No COD jet packs. They're getting close with the wingsuits. They're getting close enough with the wingsuits. Let's leave it at that. As close as Call of Duty or Fortnite we want to get. But yeah, I mean, they really need to keep it within the realm of possibility. Like, just an example, I love playing 7 Days to Die, and it's gotten a little weird just because there's things in it that don't really make sense to the world. And it's become a little bit outlandish. So, what is this? I'm seeing some text go across. It's probably just saying Battlefield. 241,000 people. Thanks, man. So we're getting closer and closer. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. It's just cool. There's people in here I don't even know, and that's very. And there's people in here I do know. It's really cool. It's cool to have friends support me. It's cool to have people I don't know support me. That tells me that my content's actually worth watching. It's not just friends who are, you know, hopping in. And Tango, I appreciate you, but at the same time, you know, like having new people hop on and like, hey, this is actually good is really reassuring. So it's fantastic. But Battlefield holds a lot of memories for us. Of course, I start off with Call of Duty. I think my first-person shooter I ever really cared anything about was Modern Warfare 2. If you haven't seen that video on my YouTube channel, it is definitely worth checking out. I'd play it, but it's longer than 16 minutes, and we are definitely not going over. So I need to make sure. I wonder if it will. I'll pull up another tab when it gets like 5 minutes away, and we'll pull up the other trailer. But I start off. Tell me in the chat, what was your first-person shooter that you actually cared anything about? Because I played first-person shooters back in the day when I didn't really, you know, I was too young to even like, you know, catch on to what I was supposed to do or be any good at it. Modern Warfare 2 was my first one that I loved, and it was a fantastic campaign because you had Russians invading America. All right, like this is what good old boys have been training for years. Like we've been waiting for a Russian to parachute, some Spetsnaz boy to parachute on our roof so we can grab our AR-15s and test that thing out for real, you know? Like that's what we've been waiting for. It was awesome. We want to take the White House back. A lot of us want to take the White House back now. Of course, not in that fashion, but my least favorite thing about Black Ops 3 was the jump pack style BS. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it didn't make sense. You know, if you want to run that in Apex or a different franchise, for sure, go ahead. But if it's like Battlefield and it's centralized around combat, military combat, go with that. That's one thing I don't want to see Battlefield do, is try to be like COD, because it's not. If we want to play COD, we'll play COD, you know? And I don't want to play COD anymore because there's skill-based matchmaking in it, and it sucks, you know? You know, Tango, like I've said before, I actually got all the updates to fit on my hard drive. Of course, Battlefield 6 comes out, or 2042 or whatever it's going to be. I might have to delete Warzone just because it's taking up like half of my hard drive. But yeah, Battlefield does not need to be COD. It needs to be Battlefield. That's what we liked back there in the day. That's what we enjoyed. COD tried to be Battlefield for a little while and actually got some success off of it. You know, they kind of failed at being that, but I give them props for trying. But they've come out with skill-based matchmaking and all these weird algorithms to try to get you to play as long as possible. You know what made us play longer back in the day? A good game. That's what made us play longer. And we didn't buy weapons with certain skins on them. We grinded for them, which, you know what? That made us play longer. When you saw somebody with that skin that you wanted, it made you want to play longer. It made you want to grind for it. You didn't just go and buy it. Got to take back Burger Town first to save the buds. Yeah, there's a line in that Modern Warfare 2 video I did. There's no better way to get a bunch of red-blooded Americans excited to go to battle than to take over their favorite burger joint. We're gonna show up, boy. I need to put that in a TikTok. Headquarters Bud Light secured. You know what I'm talking about? Go and watch Modern Warfare 2 video after this stream. I think it's probably one of my best I've done. It took forever. I spent like 20 hours editing that thing. So. Hardline 2, someone says. Yeah, let's do that. That's a great idea. But yeah, guys, tell me your first-person shooter. I want to know. Modern Warfare 2, and then I spent a ton of time on Black Ops. Now, my first Battlefield I ever played was 2142. I had a buddy named, well, his screen name's Sonako. What is that? Battlepunk 2042. But 2142 was the first Battlefield I ever played. That's where my name Hitchagood came from, because we made up these stupid characters. One of them was, it was the Commander or Sergeant. I can't remember. I think it was Commander Shut Your Mouth. Shut your mouth. And I was Commander Hitchagood. and so I just started using that. But 2142 was fantastic back in the day. I actually loaded it back up not too long ago, and you can still you can't play EA servers. There's a lot of stuff you got to go through to make everything work, so you can actually load onto someone else's servers. There's all kind of patches and a launcher you have to update, and it hasn't given me any bugs or anything, thank goodness. But you can actually still hop on there, but they don't have Titan mode. It's like Team Deathmatch, and that's it, which really sucks. That's why we loved 2142. Matter of fact, I would love it if they had some kind of Titan mode in this. I know in Battlefield 4, what mode was it? It was Carrier Assault, and that was fun. Now I liked the 2142 version better, but it's still kind of the same premise. And if you don't know what that is, it's where you basically take over missile silos everywhere, and on 2142 it would launch up and hit this big, huge kind of headquarters base that they had, and then once you knock their shields out, you could either keep launching rockets at them to take them down that way. It's kind of a long battle of attrition, or you could board their ship, and a lot of people would hover helicopters above the not the behemoth, but the carrier, and people would jump out of the helicopters, or you could rocket up into it and just have a heck of a battle inside, and you had to go in and kill their reactor and then escape in time before being killed. The fantastic. Oh man, it's 10 minutes. I'm getting hyped. This is great. Black Ops 2 zombies because transit mode. I never. Another glitch. It's getting real, y'all. It's getting real. I'm gonna open this in a new tab. Well, where'd the other one go? Okay, right there. I have no experience 2142, but Carrier Assault was awesome. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, if you didn't play the Carrier Assault version in 2142, you're missing out. It was fun. And going back to it now, it's like the movement's slow. It's because I would go over to Sonako's house. That's a screen name, so we're gonna use a screen name. And play that for hours, and it was really fun. You had these big mechs that would walk around, and it wasn't over the top stuff, you know. I mean, it was basically kind of modern day, you know, except you had mechs and you had kind of a different aesthetic to it, but the game mechanics were all the same. You weren't fighting with lasers, you were fighting with rifles. 100% gonna be COD 2 type of stuff. Also, it was muted for a while. Oh, my bad. 8 minutes. I was too young for that at the time. Yeah. Like I said, that was the first Battlefield game I ever played. It was so cool when it was like the servers were really well populated, though. It really was. Eight minutes. Oh, by the way, I did find something else while we were on break, just to show you. These are the specialists in Battlefield 2042 that they've got so far. Here's a bald lady, Maria Falk. What pistol is that? That does not look like anything I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, he's got Kyle Rittenhouse's uniform. Green shirt and blue. If Kyle Rittenhouse is a skin, I swear I will pay $50 for that. No one will hit you. What's going on? They're getting more glitches as the time goes faster. Personally find the female Mary Sue type stuff annoying in every media nowadays. I hope they make another masterpiece and hit it out of the park. They can hype us up for that stuff. Hell yes. They ruined Star Wars with it. We don't even want to get started on that, man. Oh my god, they ruined Star Wars so bad with that Mary Sue bullshit. Alright. This, Pyotr Boris Guskoski. What? You can't have more of a Russian name than Guskoski. Wickus, Casper, Van Dale. These names are a little bit out there. Webster McKay. Okay. What has he got? Is that a cross? It's not a what the heck has he got on him? I don't know. He's got like a crossbow looking thing, but he's got regular ammunition here. I don't know. Star Wars is too far. It is, dude. I seriously stick to the legend stuff. I got all my books over here. I might do a Star Wars stream one day, but I was the real nerd that read all the books back in the day. From where are these specialists? This is let's see, where did they get these? This is what came out on Battlefield 6 news and updates. I'm not sure where they got it from though. They also said Battle Pass is confirmed. What's going on? 5 minutes. Modern day Thompson. Kind of looks like one, but it's still got this like arrow sticking out there. Public Commando. This is some AK variant right here. I still don't know what that is. I swear that's Kyle Rittenhouse's uniform though. The Star Wars old type of stuff, but I still find them fun to read about. I'm telling you, man, if you want to really discover like what Star Wars really is, go and read the Jedi Academy series and the Thrawn trilogy. Not the new Disney crap. I'm talking the old Thrawn trilogy stuff. That's probably what it is, Sex Goblin. I guarantee you that's what it is. Yeah. They were talking about having something like that. That's exactly what it is. Yep, you're right. I'm pretty sure. Look at this awesome cell phone holder. Like a Vortex UH-1 on the AK. Oh, yeah, okay. Dang, somebody knows their sights. Dang, that's spot on. I saw a tank and person standing on it. All looks semi-modern. By the way, Sex Goblin, I don't know if you would appreciate this, but Tom McDonald is playing in the background. I don't like rap music, but I like Tom McDonald. Look him up, man. After you're done with this, look him up if you've never seen him before. Just from what I've seen in the chat, I think you'll really like him. He is the most anti-woke rapper, and he's down to earth too. Like, he looks like a serial killer, but when he talks, he's really down to earth.
I don't complain, I'm woke, I wait, a total focus soldier. Wrote the art of war, know every page. I'm numb to all the dumbness. Smoke tobacco laced with Novocaine. I won't behave, I stoke the flames. I'll choke
3 minutes. I'm glad this hour passed by so quick, so I appreciate y'all hanging on here.
Whoa, y'all can't cancel me. Just get mad that I'm the man until you smash the screen. Like, whoa, I can handle heat. I walk through hell in open sandals, drinking gasoline. Yeah, I could have been a star, could have had a mansion and a car and a Grammy album on the charts. I'm a savage, Randy with the bars. I don't write about Xanax, goddamn it, can't cancel facts. We need answers, championing trash to the masses actually massively damages. Keep trying to cancel me. I own the master, so I make the beats. I write
Mass migration has reached a fever pitch. One failed state can soon become a dozen. I told you, damn Biden should have locked the border down. Yeah, I'm pretty solid that it's a very near future.
like all these rappers lately on a
Alright,
mission.
we're getting close.
They're starting drama, they don't really want no problems, so they talk in whispers. Don't
Hey,
even start no
1990,
competition.
hey, the
Y'all
1911
finished.
still
They
used
say
today,
they
buddy.
feeling froggy, but I bet none of these frogs gon' rib it. They think I'm
Oh
soft,
man,
but
let's
I
go and turn
promise
this
y'all
stuff
that I'm
off.
solid like a rock and-
Look at the chat. Look at the chat on the reveal trailer. Okay, so that one's ending. 500, 500,000 people are watching right now, y'all. Holy crap. I will bring this full screen. See a mate wish kid in heavily armored wheelchair in a fighter jet. Hell yeah, man. Okay, 67,000 are watching now. Watch that number shoot up. We've been waiting a while for this. It's so cool to be live during one of these things. I'm not just sitting and watching it by myself. This is cool. Turn that all the way up so we can hear it. 230. I'll say this is my reaction video too. Here we go. Tar. That's what I want to do. Shoot back! Oh yeah, this is cool. That's cool. What in the world? I love how comprehensive this is. There is so much to take out of this. I love the music, man. Tar. Rookies. That was me. I would have been took out by an engineer in 2 seconds. Oh no way! Jeep stuff. Only that would actually happen in Battlefield. What's up, friendly? No way. That's great. That's great. That's just kind of a hat tip. Pizza delivery guy means it, don't he? He's gonna get a big tip. So apparently the tornado will actually pick you up. And vehicle. $2042! That's what I'm talking about! June 13th. Dude, that's just a couple days, man! That's amazing! That is an absolutely fantastic trailer. That's like Battlefield 1 level right there. Battlefield... Okay, so that's it. Or is that all we're getting? Is that all we're getting today? Let me...
True. Woo!
Alright, we're on One Up Ninjas.
Oh my god, what do you guys
That was
think of that?
amazing.
Oh
Let me
my
hear it in
God,
chat.
That was insane.
That looks
It was a
pretty
long
freaking
trailer.
insane. That's awesome. It was a yeah, like What Up Ninjas saying. That's
really
a long
trailer too.
The breakdown for this is gonna be insane. It's gonna take me an hour to go through this. That is amazing.
I'm just gonna play it again. Maybe turn it down a little. Let's see. So that's gonna replay my whole stream. I gotta back out for just a second, but let me know what you guys are thinking, man.
What's Battlefield? That's Battlefield, my friend.
That was insane, man. Let's see if they
The
have
hype
trailer
was
up.
worth it. The hype was worth it. We're gonna pause his. We're gonna go back and see if we can watch this again. And we're gonna watch it through again this time. That was freaking nuts. We're gonna watch it again. I tell you what, hang on just a sec. Let's hear Tom Henderson's breakdown on this real quick. How about that, guys? And then we're gonna go watch it again. Tano, that was crazy, man.
Steam.
That was worth the hype, brother.
Look Steam, look Steam. What am I looking for?
That was worth the hype. Worth the wait.
Steam store.
I love... My favorite part is when he jumps out of the damn plane. The jet. Oh, he's buying it right now. Right now. I don't know how many pounds that
I'll be
is.
adding you very soon.
Me too. Me too, man.
That was... Yeah, I actually got like, I've got to be honest, I got emotional watching that. Like,
That was nuts.
I don't know why. It just everything about it was incredible.
I am so glad that this went off well. I am so glad this went off well. That's it. We're gonna go back and we gotta take a minute. We gotta digest this for a minute.
Absolutely insane.
I loved how comprehensive it was. Like, we didn't get any gameplay out of that, which is fine, because we're getting gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay
in
like
just
the Xbox
a
event,
couple
maybe.
days. It's on Sunday. We get to do another stream on Sunday and watch this and see more of this.
Nah, does it say anything about campaign?
I do hope it has a campaign. I hope it does. It's traditionalist maybe, but I hope it has a campaign.
Incredible.
I loved how it showed so many aspects of the game.
One of the things off the top of my head, that
Multiple
was wrong
maps.
was the hover tanks, right?
Hover tanks. It's not a hover tank. It's a. What's I mistaken? There was some stuff on here that had like some really futuristic looking stuff. All right, I'm gonna go have a nice day, especially you, Hitch. Thank you, Sex God. Thank you, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me, brother. I really do. Thank you, brother. And through the whole hour, you know, God bless, man. I appreciate you. Keep watching my stuff and comment. Let me hear what you got to say, brother. Okay, let's get on here.
Level editor.
Wait, what?
What?
What? Hang on. What? Who's level? What is this?
What the fuck?
You click on it, it just goes to that. I don't understand. Maybe these are other games with level editors in them. Okay. I'm gonna turn his stream down in the background, and if we hear something cool, kind of hop on it again. But let's take a look at these different breakdowns of what we can get here. 100%. You like it, Tango? Ejected fire, right? Man, that was just such a. It wasn't corny. It wasn't overdone. It's kind of like they saw how outlandish it was for that to happen. And because I kind of got that vibe that it wasn't that serious in the moment, it was a hat tip to Battlefield 4, to Renezuke himself, you know? Alright, so the Battlefield, you get the regular Battlefield, the Gold Edition, early access to game launch, year 1 pass, 4 new specialists, so I guess you would get the first 4 battle passes, 1 per season. Yeah. 3 epic skin bundles. Goodness gracious, this is expensive. $90!
I don't know, I feel like these are tags that have just been, I don't know.
Pre-order the digital Battlefield and now and get early access to open beta. I'm wondering, we don't know when that is yet. Baku ACB 90 melee takedown knife, Mr. Chompy, epic weapon charm. Okay, all right. Landfall player card background and old guard tag. Hashtag 2042, baby. Okay, the Ultimate Edition. This is the one that's $110. Of course, back in the day, I think I did play I paid like $80 for the premium Battlefield 1. Hype for that was real too.
Midnight Ultimate Bundle.
Early access game, you get the year 1 pass, Midnight Ultimate on Shadow Stalker, Legendary Outfit, Obsidian, Legendary Weapon Skin, Onyx, Legendary Vehicle Skin, Official Digital Art Book, Exclusive Digital Soundtrack.
28 players, Battlefield 24.
Well as that.
Brings unprecedented scale of vast battlegrounds across the globe.
You got to stream the game. Oh, dude, I am streaming the. It's Sunday. We are on it, brother.
Mods like Conquest and Breakthrough.
I cannot wait to break down this trailer. I cannot wait to break down this trailer. And I don't want to go live for too long because I got to get on to breaking the trailer down. But I'm just still. But we're going to watch it one more time. Let's see what Tom's doing, then we're going to watch it again.
Let's have a look. I don't think I missed any super chats during that, so no worries. All Out Warfare, Conquest and Breakthrough make their return to massive.
This is nuts, man.
28 players. I remember when I first did this league and
Messaging Cowboy, he's not in the chat, so I guess he's busy.
Bullshit. And That was dating back like May last year. Squad Up and Drop Down.
Gotta get back to work now, though. I'll catch you later, bro. Thank you, Tango. Thank you for hanging out, man. Thank you for hanging out.
EA Play Live on July 22nd. Watch the reveal of this love letter to fans and long-time players, developed by Dice LA. What could that mean?
Happy about this. I'm happy about this. Okay, all right. We're gonna watch it again. Goodness gracious, that was fantastic. Are y'all ready? I'm gonna turn my camera off so you can see everything this time. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna let you here for another minute. Okay, cool, man. Dude, Cowboy, what do you think about this, man? Did you see it? I'm gonna go ahead and let it play. What an awesome trailer. Man, that is nuts. This is the second time I've watched it through, and it's just that is one of the best trailers I've ever seen. You can tell that they put a lot of serious time and thought into this. It's a long trailer. I didn't look at how long it is, but it showed us probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 different locations and vehicles, guns, everything. It's going to take me like hours to break this thing down, and good on DICE this time, man. I do, they talked about of love letter to their fans, and I'm seeing that come through on this trailer. And there's 2 things that really show that to me, and that is one, they're tipping their hat to the only in Battlefield moments that the fans created. And it doesn't seem like, for some reason, the way they've done it, it just doesn't seem over the top. It doesn't seem corny at all. Like the ATV launching off the top of that skyscraper and taking the helicopter out is fantastic. And we all know what that is. It's not some over the top Hollywood stunt. It is something that we've seen done and happen in Battlefield games that we have played. It's not them trying to show, here's what you can do in the game. This is, to me, it's them kind of looking back towards the fans and saying, here's what you've done, and we've created art in honor of it. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And then the second part is the Renezuke of him just shooting up, this guy's shooting up in the air, ejecting, taking out a rocket launcher, taking out the other jet, and then like climbing back in to his jet, which is fantastic. Just fantastic. And like I said, because we've seen it before, it doesn't come off as corny or over the top or anything, because it's just a tip of the hat to what Battlefield players have done in the past, 10 years since Battlefield 3's come out? I know, well, no, it may have been a little less than that. But anyways, the past decade. Let's just say the past decade of Battlefield players. Man, that is a fantastic trailer. And that's part of what I liked about the Battlefield 1 trailer, was it showed us all these different maps, all these different locations, all these different vehicles and guns, and like it just showcased the whole game right up front and created that hype. And this rivals that hype. Tom Henderson said that this is going to be better than Battlefield 1 trailer this morning. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Battlefield 1's pretty hard to beat. We'll see. I don't know if it beats it, but it is lockstep with it. It probably beats it though. It probably beats it. It's a good trailer. And I didn't get anything. I didn't see any robotic arms, even though it's future. I didn't see anybody running around with robotic limbs or anything like crazy face paint. I did not see any social justice warrior ticks, tendencies, flavors, whatever you want to call it. It's a love letter to the fans. It's not a love letter to the woke culture that has permeated our movies, our franchises, our gaming. Thank God we didn't see any of that in here. I didn't see any, at least. I am very hyped for this game, and I hope you are too. I'm probably gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna get the most expensive one. Golly, that's a lot. But maybe we'll see. Depends on how much I get paid this week, I guess. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream right here, because I need to go and break this trailer down and download, edit a new video. I'll be posting this reaction here shortly. But thank y'all so much for hanging out, and this has been my most successful stream ever. And there is another stream coming up on the 13th. We will be there for the gameplay reveal. I'm so glad it's just right after this. And we're going to get all this news just coming out, right after. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. God bless you. God bless America. God bless the new Battlefield franchise. And may it be the best Battlefield game ever. It could be shaping up to be that. Anyways, guys, y'all have a blessed week. Hit you good out.